No two faces are the same as one another.
I'm in the first pit, the central pit of the terracotta soldiers, or terracotta warriors, here at just outside of Xian. Now this area is located 1.5 kilometers east of the burial mound of the Emperor Shi Huang. And these warriors, there are 6,000 to 8,000 of them. These were built as replicas of life-size soldiers. This is undertaken, these were placed here in the year 221 BC. And the objective of these warriors was to provide the emperor with an army to protect him into the afterlife. There's an element of sacred space involved in this area. Now the warriors were unearthed by mistake, stumbled upon in 1974 by some farmers, and then the excavations took place by the Chinese authorities up to 79 and thereafter.
Colouring, painting of the terracotta warriors also is no longer extant. Apparently this oxidized within 3 minutes of the pit being unearthed by archaeologists following the find by the farmers in 1974. Very importantly, significantly in terms of clothing, we see that the terracotta soldiers are dressed in sort of cravats, wearing cravat ties, and these are the first ties in the world. Tie actually comes from China, classical China. Tie does not come from Western Europe. Most Europeans have only been wearing ties for the past few hundred years.
And most of the warriors actually were destroyed in the uprising, peasant uprising against the Qin dynasty, which took place around 2,100 years ago. So these warriors that you see behind me were actually rebuilt. The warriors right at the front of the pit are reconstructed, those behind are still in pieces. The magnificent thing about these warriors is that they are life-size, and no two warriors are the same. So that's and these soldiers were placed in this pit in the year 221, and there are 6,000 to 8,000 of them, and they're replicas of real-life soldiers, each one of which is unique and different, attest to the cultural heritage of the early Qin dynasty. The Qin dynasty was the first dynasty of China which unified all the warring states into a single dynasty, and this is done under the Emperor Shi Huang. However, despite the grandeur of this emperor and the early Qin dynasty, the fact of the matter is that as soon as that emperor died, there was a peasant uprising, and his palaces and his tomb was ransacked. Well, his tomb itself wasn't ransacked, but this pit was, and all the warriors were destroyed.
According to some traditions in China, the soul of the emperor was located here in pit 3, and these bodyguards were located here to protect the soul of the emperor.